It's time for the Cougar Times News. Today you will hear from two news crews, the Blue Crew and the Gold Crew. The first news crew is the Blue Crew with Pearson Craig and me, Joseph Pankeny, as your anchorman. Today's top stories are the 3rd grade 40-book challenge, the regional science fair, and spring break fun and entertainment. Earlier in the year, you heard about Mark Meyer in the newspaper being the first person to complete the 40-book challenge in 3rd grade. Now to Pearson Craig with the story.
We're now here with Trenton Nimick, the second 3rd grader to complete the 40-book challenge. So, how long did it take you to complete the 40-book challenge?
From the beginning of September to the middle or the beginning of January.
That's awesome. And what was your favorite book that you read?
The Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book.
That's cool. And what was your prize for completing the challenge?
It was this interview or writing on the newspaper. And my teacher, Miss McNair, is giving cookies out for people who finish.
Alright, that's awesome. And keep up the good work. And now back to Joseph.
On February 21st and 22nd, the regional science fair was held at TSGC. There were numerous kids from 6th and 7th grade who participated in CTSCF. And now to Pearson with the story.
I'm now here with Brumley Darling, a 7th grader who participated in the CTSCF science fair. So, what was your favorite thing about the science fair?
It was mostly being out of school.
And what was your project about?
It was about physics of baseball bats.
Alright, thank you. And now to a 6th grader. I'm now here with 6th grader Taylor Jeffrey, who participated in the CTSEF Regional Science Fair. So Taylor, what was your favorite part about the science fair?
My favorite part was being away from school.
Okay, and what was your project about?
My project was about the birthday paradox, which is a chance that out of 23 people, there's a 50.7% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday. And instead of asking just groups of 23, I also asked groups of 24 to see if the percentage would be different, and it was.
Alright, thank you, Taylor. And now back to Joseph.
Spring break is coming up soon, just next week. And now here's Pearson to see what kids are doing for spring break.
I'm now here in Miss Morales' class to ask them some questions about their spring break plans. So raise your hand if you are going on a trip for spring break. So 4 people are going on a trip. Raise your hand if you are staying at home and relaxing over spring break. Okay, 5 people. Raise your hand if you're playing sports over spring break. 4 people. And raise your hand if you are doing fun things around town for spring break. So the majority of Miss Morales' 5th grade class are people staying at home and relaxing over spring break.
That's it for the Blue Crew. Please stay tuned for more news with the Gold Crew with Ainsley Dansby and Landry Portillo.
Thank you, Joseph and the Blue Crew, for that fantastic report. I am Ainsley Dansby with the Blue Crew and our other anchorwoman, Landry Portillo. Today's top stories are the season of Lent, Pester the Priest, and Jump Rope for Heart. The season of Lent is a 40-day period of time that we prepare for Easter. One of the things we do to prepare for Lent is we give up something we like so that as we suffer, we can grow closer to Christ. Now to Landry with the rest of the story.
I'm Landry here with Ivana and Loic, and today they're going to tell us what they're giving up for Lent. So Ivana, what are you giving up for Lent?
A dog.
You're giving up your dog. Okay. Loic, what are you giving up?
Apples.
Apples. Okay. So do you think it's going to be hard to give up your dog?
Yes.
Why?
Because I used to play with it all the time when we did more prayers in the mornings.
Do you think it's going to be hard?
Yes,
Why?
because apples taste so good.
They do taste really good. Okay. Thank you guys, and good luck on your Lenten journey. Now back to Ainsley with Prester the priest.
Hello, I'm here with Father John, and we have a couple of questions to ask you, okay?
Fantastic.
All right. So to start us off, what are you going to give up for Lent?
Well, that's a good question. I try to do a couple of things. The past few years, I've given up meat for all of Lent. And usually during the week, I give up dinner. So I'll eat breakfast and lunch, and then I'll try to fast until the next morning. And for me, it's very good because, my stomach starts to growl at night, but it makes it much more prayerful. And the next morning, I'm usually not that hungry, but it helps with my prayer life. So those are the things I'd like to give up.
Okay. What part of the liturgical year is your favorite?
Well, I can tell you what my favorite day is. I enjoy, maybe that's not the right word. I most appreciate Good Friday. For me, Good Friday is a day that we, I guess you could say, celebrate all day. From the moment I get up to the moment I sleep, I'm fasting, we're praying, we're quiet for the whole day. And I enjoy the liturgy at Good Friday. So for me, that one day, I consider myself a Good Friday Catholic.
Thank you, Father John, for answering all of our questions. And now, next, I will interview Father Red. Hello, I'm here with Father Red, and we have a couple of questions for you. Okay? So, where were you born?
I was actually born in a town in northeast Arkansas. The town is Jonesboro. So it's a town a little smaller than Waco, but similar size.
Okay. Do you have any pets?
No. Floyd's enough for us at the rectory, so it keeps us plenty busy.
What made you decide to be a priest?
A lot of prayer, and ultimately what made me decide was this feeling of a call to serve people in a unique way that only a priest is able to reach out to people in this unique role. And feeling that God was calling me to this way of, I wanted to have my own family, but recognizing God was calling me to something special, that I get to have a really big family, which is even more unique in the kind of relationships you get to have as a parish priest with people. And so just the desire to serve and to the way God works to help me to understand how it is that I could have a family while being a priest.
Okay. What are you giving up for Lent?
So, that's the common question we ask. And Lent isn't just about what we give up, but it's also about what do we do with that we give up. So for me, for the last few years, it's been less focused on what do I give up and more of how do I treat others. Am I using this as an opportunity to be more Christ-like, to be more charitable towards others? Like if someone gives chocolate or something, why not using that money that you would spend on chocolate to give to the poor, or other such things. Or if you give up video games, using that time in prayer or working with your brother and sister. And so for me, it's just a deepening of myself, trying to be more conscious of not to waste time and to make more efficient use of that time in prayer and in service towards others.
Okay. Thank you, Father Red, for answering our questions.
You're welcome.
Okay, now to Landry with Jump Rope for Heart.
So what is Jump Rope for Heart?
Jump Rope for Heart is a fun way for the kids to learn how to take care of their heart.
Okay. Who is Jump Rope for Heart helping?
It is helping American Heart Association with all the people out there that do have heart problems.
Thank you, Ms. Castor, for answering their questions. And now here's some footage of last week's Jump Rope for Heart.
enjoyed our stories. Next month there will be a newspaper to buy and read. Everyone have a great spring break.